So, what do you do after finally breaking 3 hours? Apparently you lose your mind and aim for 2:34. 23 minutes faster in 5.5 months. It sounds ridiculous, but after we run the numbers, you'll see that I might just pull it off. Hitting sub-3 in Perth was amazing, but it was never the finish line. It was a checkpoint along the way. And that race convinced me that I can go much faster. So now I'm going all in on a new goal, 2 hours. I can't say this with a straight face. 2 hours and 34 minutes at the Bunbury Marathon on the 12th of April, 2026. Now I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, how the flying Big Mac are you gonna run a 23-minute PB 5.5 months from now? What have you been smoking? And yes, I do need to get 13.3% faster, which is massive, but there are two levers I haven't pulled yet: body recomposition and running economy. After the post-marathon indulgence and gluttony, I'm sitting at 80 kilos and 14.5% body fat. Now my plan is to hold a 500 calorie daily deficit, which should land me at about 69 kilos by race day, which is a 13.75% reduction in body mass. Now, research shows that for every 1% of non-functional weight lost, it results in roughly 0.7 to 1% improvement in running speed. But the key is in those words, non-functional weight. I've got to make sure I'm losing fat and not muscle mass. So I'll be keeping my protein high, I'll be keeping up with my lifting in order to try and maintain or even build muscle to try and hit those goals, to make sure I'm losing fat, but maintaining muscle and power. Now, 5.5 months is a long time to be in a deficit. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I've struggled to get leaner. So what is different this time? Well, I actually think I've discovered a bit of a secret to being in a calorie deficit.
Just a little bite. One little bite won't hurt you.
I've tweaked something in my diet, which has actually made it really easy over the past week to maintain this deficit. So I'm actually pretty confident that I can do it, but I'll share details of that in a future video. The next lever is free speed, improving running economy through plyometrics and reactive strength. Studies show that this can improve running economy from anywhere between 2 and 7%. Now, if we add that to another 6 to 8% expected gain from aerobic development over the next 5.5 months, like just getting fitter through training, then suddenly this crazy idea starts to make a little bit of sense. And the beauty of it is all of these levers are additive. We can stack them on top of one another and multiply their effect. On paper, if we stack all these levers together, we get an expected 2:21 marathon. But of course, it doesn't quite work like that. Life isn't a spreadsheet. These systems overlap. So if we apply some realism to the equation and assume only a 70% effectiveness to account for diminishing returns, then even a conservative estimate, taking the bottom range of all of these levers, we arrive at a 2:35 marathon. So even on the cautious side, this 2:34 goal starts to make a little bit of sense. Maybe. As far as my training goes, I will absolutely be sticking with the Norwegian Singles Approach. So honestly, I wouldn't be at all surprised if my aerobic gains ended up being way higher than 8%. We'll just have to see. And this is what my training will look like for the next 3 months. Pretty standard Norwegian single structure, except I'm trying that 20 by 90 seconds interval. That'll be new for me, just to see how it goes, but I'll do this for the next 3 months, and then a couple months out from race day, I'll be getting more specific for the marathon. I'll be racing as often as I can between now and Bunbury to track my progress, and over the coming months, I'll break it all down for you. The training, diet, strength work, fitness tests, progress reports, the lot. So this is my very high-tech progress chart. I'll be filling this in on the 1st of every month to see how I'm going. I'll need to lose a little over 2 kilos per month. And this one here is just my estimated body fat percentage that that'll equate to. So we've got a benchmark. 1st of November, 80 kilos, 14.5% body fat. This is Chasing 234, the series where big dreams will either become reality or the full extent of my delusional optimism will be revealed. The plan sounds crazy, but when you crunch the numbers, I might just pull it off. And in any case, I find crazy goals like this highly motivating. So I know that I'm just gonna lock in over the next 5.5 months as I chase this crazy dream. It's gonna be fun. Subscribe, join me for the ride.